Hi, I'm Sean Martin, President and founder of Donick Snowboards. What I want to talk to you about today is custom graphics and why we need them in a certain format. So you'll notice that on your snowboard you've got this steel edge here, and when we build the board, this steel edge becomes a reference line for which we finish and cut the board to shape. And you'll notice that that's a long ways away from the top sheet, or there are many layers of material between that reference line or the steel edge and the top sheet of the board. So let me show you what happens when we put a snowboard together. We've got on the very bottom, we've got our base with our steel edge around it. Then we're going to lay down a layer of fiberglass with epoxy covering it. There's also some rubber foil layers that look like this, just some rubber laminates. Then a wood core that gets lined up with the base, and then a layer of fiberglass. And you can see that we can't really see the bottom of the board anymore. It's all gone. So if you submit a piece of artwork that is exactly the same shape as the board, we have no possible way of ever lining that up with the base of the board. And this is not only because we can't see it, but because when we put it in a press, there's all this epoxy here acting very much like a lubricant, and we've got all these layers and a tremendous amount of force pushing the board together like this, and everything just wants to slide all over the place. Now, also, likewise, if you submit us a piece of artwork that is approximately the shape of the snowboard, well, you're going to get a top sheet on your board that is cut to the shape of your board, and an image that is approximately the shape of some other snowboard on top of your board. So how do we solve this problem? It's really extremely simple. You just print the artwork bigger than the board. And the simplest thing to do is print it in a rectangle that is 1 inch wider, as we request in the documents, and 3 inches longer. That makes it possible for us to position the top sheet off center a little bit, or not exactly perfectly, so that when it goes in the press, gets heated up and then grows and becomes a totally different shape than it was when it was printed. Everything is all covering the top of your board. So what we need when you submit artwork is a rectangle that is at least 1 inch wider than the dimensions of the board, and we will give you those dimensions, and 3 inches longer than the dimensions of the board. That way we guarantee your artwork lands on top of the board and we don't see some white border down the edge. Another really good practice is, because you can see how difficult it is for us to position this artwork precisely on your board, if you have an element in your artwork that is dead center down the middle, count on it not being dead center in the finished board. If you have elements that are right near the edge, count on one of them being closer to one edge than the other. They're never going to be perfect on the finished board. That's just the nature of the beast. So hopefully that helps you out and makes you understand why we're asking for artwork the way we do, and you can supply it in a way that works for us, and we can get your board built in a more timely fashion if you submit it this way the first time. Thank you.